I've done these before, but I deleted my old channel and I haven't done a new one, so I decided to, because I've seen a lot of shitty ones. How to stretch your ears the right way, from like 14 all the way up to whatever your goal size is. And I've seen a lot of good advice and a lot of really shitty advice, to be honest. So, to start with, when you get your ear pierced, don't do it with a gun. Like, if it's not already pierced and you're thinking about stretching, go to a professional, get it done with a needle. Guns can cause a lot of problems, and there's no way to completely sterilize them, so you can get somebody else's germs and shit all up in your new piercing, and that's just not what you want at all. After they're pierced, if it's fresh, wait probably 2 months to be safe before you start stretching. If you go to a piercing shop, you're probably going to get pierced at a 14, and sizes from, even if you started in 18 as standard, they go up by 2s, so it's like 18, 16, 14, etc. And what you're going to do at small sizes, this isn't a small size, but tapers. Tapers, they're smaller at the lower end, and they get bigger until you're at your size that you're stretching to at the top. You don't want to wear those as jewelry. They distribute uneven weight, which can make your lobe uneven and thin out in spots later on, and you don't want that. And what you do is, when you push the taper through, the plug should match the back of the taper. You push the taper out like that, and your plug should be in. You do that up to, like, I quit at a 6 gauge. I've heard of people telling people to stop using tapers at like a 2 or at a 4, even a 0, but definitely don't use a taper for 0, because that's a big stretch and you can fucking blow out your ear, and you just don't want that. I'll get into that later. But yeah, taper to, like, I'd say no bigger than a 4. Don't use tapers past a 4 to be safe. Start using tape. And the types of tape you want to use are either bondage tape or, one sec, Teflon tape. I prefer bondage. It doesn't stick to anything on either side. It only sticks to itself. Non-adhesive, can't hold bacteria. This stuff, I don't like it. It fucking sticks to your ears and dries them out. But if you can use it, that's cool. It doesn't have any adhesive on it, so it's pretty safe to use. But it does dry out your ears. You can use electrical tape. I don't recommend it. It's porous. It has chemicals in it that you probably don't want in your ear. Well, I know you don't want it in your ear, but that's your call. I say no go on electrical tape, but if you want to use it, more power to you. Don't use Scotch tape. Don't use packing tape. Don't fucking use duct tape. All those are no-nos. They have chemicals. They're adhesive. They're just, it's not made for your ears or your skin. And what you do when you tape, I'm going to use this as an example. It doesn't fit, but you take the tape and you add a layer around the plug, like so, and then you just clip off the excess on both ends and make sure it's even, because you don't want jagged edges. That'll fucking cut your ear. And you gradually go up. I do 2 wraps every like 4 days to keep it slow, that way you don't put stress on your ears. But that's just what I do. Your body could be different. You could do 2 reps every 2 days, or you may have to wait, or do 2 reps every like week. Just listen to your ears. Don't fucking rush. It's not a race. The best types of jewelry to stretch with are steel, and glass. Both can be autoclaved. Both are non-porous. They're just good. You do not want to stretch with silicone. It's porous, it can grow to your ear and give you a whole bunch of bad infections and shit. And you don't want to stretch with acrylic. It can grow to your ear, it's also porous, and you just don't want that. Wood is an iffy subject. I stretch with wood because I'm over 2 inches. Well, not right now, I'm downsizing, but I'm over 2 inches, and that's almost all you can find. But you can't, you have to make sure you're at the size and they go in easy before you stretch with wood. Like, you can't just shove them in and expect your lobes to loosen up around them. 99% of the time that won't work. And they are porous, so I don't advise stretching with wood if you can avoid it, but you can do it. Just make sure there's no stress on your lobes when you do. Ways to thicken your lobes: sleep with your plugs out, downsize, like I have a pretty big gap, downsize for at least 4 weeks to see any improvement at all. Jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, emu oil, shea butter, all of this helps thicken. Take your plugs out while you shower. All those things will help thicken your lobes up. And you need to be using oils and like shea butter, all that stuff anyway, because your ears have things called micro tears in them, no matter how good of care you take, or how good you take care of them, my bad. They do get tears in them from having stuff in them. Your ears aren't meant to have like huge holes in them, so that helps fix micro tears and keep them under control. Let's see. If you get a cut in your ear, you need to, or a blowout for that matter, you need to downsize immediately. Probably 2 to 3 sizes. I say 2. That's what I do. I've never had a blowout, but like I've had cuts, and downsize like 2 sizes. Unionized sea salt is what you want to use, and you get like a shot glass or a container of warm water, pour the sea salt in it, and soak your lobe up in it like that, and it'll heal it. Usually heals mine like within a week or 2, sometimes less, to be honest. What else? I can't really tell you how long to wait in between sizes. I say 3 months minimum, but you do what you want to do. Listen to your ears. I wait 3 months, that way they can heal and adjust and do all that good stuff. That way there's no stress on them and they have time to thicken back up and all that. That's pretty much it. Yeah. If I forgot anything or you have any questions or whatever, feel free to message or comment me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And that's all. Thanks, guys.